global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. The PEPC, that's Presidential Election Petition Court, has been laden with so much drama. One of such is one of the chieftains of PDP, that's Bwala, who some few hours ago came all out screaming and shouting that Nigerians should actually come to their aid, tagged the international community, tagged the local community, tagged Omoyele Sowore, Peter Obi, even his principal Atiku on so many issues concerning his security, that the ruling party have the intention of detaining him and bringing up a propped up allegation against him over his bold stance on the issue of the PEPC and governance. Well, it looks like Atiku have made up his mind to take it further than the Supreme Court, as in seeking justice even beyond the Supreme Court verdict. We're going to find out what it is. But before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you set by notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Now, Atiku, who happens to be the flag bearer of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the presidential election of February 25th, has affirmed his commitment to pursuing justice beyond the Supreme Court judgment. Now, a report has it that the former vice president, in a social media message some few hours ago, accused the ruling All Progressive Congress, that's APC, of targeting and apprehending opposition members with the aim of transforming the nation into a one-party system. Now, Atiku's concern or Atiku's accusation comes ahead of the impending Supreme Court verdict. Recall that he lodged an appeal against the decision of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, which had previously dismissed his petition challenging the election of President Bwala Tinubu. Now, according to Atiku, arresting and silencing opposition members on contrived charges was an insult to the principle of democracy and a very grave injustice to Nigerians who relied on the system of justice and representation. Let me quote him word for word. Now, the praises of the administration in which I served as number 2 man and chaired several committees and initiatives are well in order, and one of our strengths in power was always the ability to listen to divergent opinions, to disagree without being disagreeable. Now, through various political formations over the years, I have observed that affording opposing forces the political space to thrive is never a flaw, but a strength that enriches democracy, in that our best ideas are then tested and subjected to various viewpoints, leading to refinement and superb execution. As a foremost leader in the political space, I understand the frustration of the younger generation with a country of so much promise, so little delivery, and a gloomy outlook for the future. I have, however, been strident in calling for restraint and leading by example by not unnecessarily heating up the polity. Where opposition freedoms are, however, under threat or even the appearance of threat, we, as Democrats and patriots, have a duty to speak up. The principles of democracy are principles that we have lived by and which we have seen some of our closest associates die for. The ruling APC must refrain from any attempt to use our security agencies to harass or illegally detain any member or voice of the political opposition. And this call is not here limited to only members of my political party, but indeed all opposition voices, including the many individuals across the internet who speak up only to seek a better country. The recent revelations suggesting potential suppression of voices, trumped-up allegations against opposition figures are deeply troubling. A vibrant democracy thrives not when dissent is silenced, but when it is listened to, even if it makes those in authority uncomfortable. The bedrock of any thriving democratic society is its ability to protect and respect contrarian viewpoints. Such viewpoints ensure that governance remains transparent and that power is not concentrated in the hands of a few. Arresting or silencing members of the opposition based on contrived charges is not only an affront to the principles of democracy, but also a grave injustice to the very people who rely on the system for representation and justice. The government must avoid the temptation of conceding to the agenda of anti-democratic forces. The essence of democracy is not about comfort for those in power, but is about ensuring justice, liberty, and equity and equality for all. Let us as Nigerians unite in upholding these principles and ensuring that every voice, no matter how contrary, is allowed its rightful place in the discourse. I continue to walk the path of seeking justice beyond judgment at the Supreme Court, and I carry this responsibility with the knowledge that this path also carries the hopes of millions of Nigerians who by their vote sought a change in the political direction of our country. This responsibility is one I am prepared to lead for as long as I am here and in health, conscious that many of those whom we started together may no longer be with us, but their memories remain evergreen. Democracy is a collective responsibility, and I urge Nigerians to never lose their voice or let themselves be cowed into silence. Hey, this is coming from Atiku Abubakar after the call of Daniel Bwala over the fact that he believes from reliable information he got that the ruling party is out to detain him and get some allegations against him. Although he has tagged Sowore, he has tagged his principal Atiku Abubakar PDP has spoken. He also tagged Peter Obi. Peter Obi is a sensitive matter. Peter Obi is the man everybody's looking out for. Personal opinion now is for him to be very, if possible, you should do what we call dodge this bullet. Behave as if you didn't see it. But then again, if you've ever been to a higher institution in any country in Nigeria, especially in Nigeria, let me talk about Nigeria. There's this saying they usually make each time they perceive an injustice anyway. They'll tell you a little continue Victoria Sata, injustice to one is injustice to all. And these are some of the bedrock which Omoyele Sowore has been standing upon. Some of the bedrock which Prof. Nwachukwu have been standing upon, and many others who have gone through the 4 walls of the university. They understand the dynamics of injustice to one and how silence by one can actually mean silence to all. But then again, the question be told is that it's just an allegation, okay? Bwala said what he said. Probably he perceives something is coming. Nothing has happened. But Atiku already is saying, look, this is not how governance should be done. Okay, you shouldn't silence any voice. Democracy, he has tasted, he started in 1999, though as a VP, second man in command. So he understands how this works. Corrupt power can be when power becomes absolute, then corruption becomes also absolute. And he's saying that they should allow freedom of contrary views. Then again, he has spoken. Let's put in our conversation. What's your take on the drama unfolding?